Welcome to Zoocracy, a game for 2 to 6 players where the animals have finally developed rule by the people. Animals. A zoocracy has formed, and now political operatives in all parties wish to implement their own agenda. The goal of the game is to put in place the most political goals by the end of the game, and whoever does so wins. Let's take a quick look at setup. Players will each choose a color and take all corresponding pieces. These 50 food tokens, their political goal marker, their vote marker, and their seat marker. Players will place their political goal markers in the entry area of the zoo. The round marker and the parliamentary and presidential election markers are all placed on the first tree of the round track. The majority marker will be placed next to the parliament track. Next, each player will place 10 food tokens in front of themselves. The remainder will be placed in a general supply. These are the event cards, which will be shuffled. 3 of the cards are taken and shuffled with the game end card, and the rest of the event cards are placed face down. The action cards are then shuffled and placed in a deck, and each player draws 2 cards. Finally, these political office cards are placed nearby. Zoocracy is played in rounds, and these rounds are separated into phases. We'll go through each of these phases briefly so you understand how the core gameplay works. Presidential election. In this first phase, each party secretly bids food tokens in order to become president. The blue party became president in this example. The president is able to implement a political goal immediately. Parliamentary election campaign. During this phase, parties will bribe the animals within the zoo with up to 5 food tokens in player order. Player order is typically determined by the parliament track. These food tokens will influence their vote in the election. Parliamentary election. The votes of the zoo animals will determine seats in parliament. Parties will gain votes based on who received the most food, and in some cases, second most will gain votes as well. For example, the blue party has 3 votes from the zebras, 5 from the penguins, and 4 from the squawkers. The sum of all votes will be represented on the parliament track, and also determines how many food tokens are gained to each of the party's funds. Formation of government. During this phase, the parties will need to negotiate with one another by offering coalition proposals. The strongest party gives their proposal first, and this continues until one is accepted. In order to do so, parties require the majority of seats in parliament, so the proposals must be convincing. Parties will offer political goals and political offices, such as the Prime Minister, Foreign Minister, and Minister of Defense as bargaining tools. This will also determine who is in the government and who is part of the opposition, as well as the opposition leader. If no government is decided on, the party with the president distributes political offices and the like, determining the opposition and the minority government. Vote of no confidence. During this phase, the opposition leader may try to overthrow the government by offering another coalition proposal. Event phase. In this phase, an unforeseen event occurs in which the animals must deal. In the last 4 rounds of the game, the end card might be revealed. After that round, the game ends immediately. Implement political goals. The Prime Minister announces which party will implement a political goal. This does not have to go according to promises made previously in the coalition proposal, but this may lead to a vote of no confidence next round. End of round. Finally, the round is over, and the phases that will be played next round are determined, as not every phase occurs every round. A party wins the game by reaching the last space of the political goals track, or if they have the most implemented political goals once the end of the game event card is revealed. As play progresses, players will gain and play certain action cards, which will help progress their political aims. These helpful reference cards are available to players throughout the game, and they give details on recurring symbols. And that sums up Zoocracy. Be sure to check out the Kickstarter link below to learn more about the game. Thanks for watching.